Happy birthday to you.
Mate, I hate that.
Everyone, it's Danica's birthday week. Wow.
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
The 29th of April.
Yeah.
Taurus Queen. This is the best face card that I've ever had on the pod, I think.
You look good, dude. Wow.
Don't expect it ever again.
I like your top as well.
I'm disassociating already.
What's wrong? Tell us what's
hungry.
wrong. Mm-hmm.
I hate getting ready.
Mm-hmm.
I hate rushing to get ready, actually. I don't mind getting ready. Hate rushing to get
Why
ready.
are you rushing? Go, you've had all morning.
We've got things to do. I was tired. Brother.
Well, you look good.
Thank
Your
you.
hair looks good from behind, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
The people that said that doing two, to get it real slick back, to do two pigtails
Uh-huh.
and then tie it all together, false. That shit's fucking hard.
Oh, really?
I can't twist my hair to get it into the knot at the back.
Oh,
God.
that's good.
The people that do it that way don't do uppers at the gym because my shoulders, bro. Oh my God.
Yeah. That'll do it. Oh, what a weekend. So it's obviously Danica's birthday weekend.
I've had the best weekend though. I'm in a foul mood now, but I'll pick up. I'll pick up.
Getting ready is not your...
It's just... No, it's been a great weekend.
Talk us through it. What have you done?
So, what have I done? What was Friday?
Anzac Day. I don't think we did anything. Oh, no, we went to Tom and Sarzi's.
Watched the Crows game. We'll
Yeah.
circle back to that because atrocious.
Yeah.
Sick and twisted start to the weekend, if I do say so myself. And it was Tex's birthday.
You should blame your attitude on that. It's not your
Losers.
fault.
No. It's because I'm backing a bum-ass loser team. Anyway. And then Saturday, well, on Friday, Caitlin's like, what are you doing Saturday? And I'm like, I need a rot day.
So this is actually my fault, this mood.
I need a rot day because Sunday's going to be a big one. So I need to just chill. And she's like, well, what are you doing next Saturday? And I was like, why the fuck are you asking? We're 7 days out.
Yeah.
Be fucking for real. I'm like, why? And she's like, oh, I'm trying to fucking book something for your birthday. So like, when are you free? And I'm like, oh, a little side quest. Okay, let's do it tomorrow. She's like, fine. Be at my house at 9:40. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. What do I wear? I'm panicking at this point. I'm like, if she's saying fucking activewear or something where it's all over Red Rover.
Never.
She's like, something cute and casual, like jeans and a cute top. I'm like, okay, cool. And then we go to Sazi and Tom's and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing tomorrow? She's like, it's a secret. I'm like, okay, well, am I sat while doing it? She's like, yeah, absolutely. You're going to have the best time. I'm like, okay, cool. Because in my mind, I'm like, scuba diving, jumping out of a plane, diving with sharks.
Mount Lofty.
Yeah, literally fucking a fun run or mini fucking half a marathon. I don't know. Who's to say? If you fucking sign me up for a half marathon on my birthday weekend.
Is that what you think I think of?
I don't know. I don't know. You just want me to suffer.
God.
Anyway, come Saturday, I get there on time.
Huge.
Big,
like
big,
literally
big.
on the dot.
Uh-huh. And then Caitlin's driving. We're driving along. I have no fucking idea where we're going. I'm like, we drive like on the road of where my old work was. I was like, oh my God, am I clocking into a new shift? Like, this is crazy. We drive past a laundromat. I'm like, we're doing laundry.
Yeah.
We're doing laundry. Caitlin's gone and booked a fucking workshop for us to make our own perfumes.
Yeah, because Girly Pop loves a perfume.
So much fun.
I reckon one of your top hobbies is going through like Mecca and sniffing all the perfume.
I love a good sniff.
Yeah, so I was like, what better thing to do than to make your own?
How fucking cute, guys. Like, honestly. And it was so much fun just cooking.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in Dexter's laboratory. Just
yeah.
whipping up a storm.
Scientists.
Yeah. At first, I wanted to make something that was vanilla-y, but then I went kind of rogue and went something more like fresh and...
I'm glad you went the path that you did.
Yeah.
Yours is so good. Like hers actually smells like you bought it from
I
Mecca.
can't smell it, though. That's my problem. But Caitlin cooked up a fucking storm, didn't she? She's only gone and replicated.
I was like...
molecule by molecule.
my favorite scents I love like
I love a gourmand.
Yeah, like
and
a
a
caramel,
caramelly.
vanilla, macadamia kind of vibe. So I tried to replicate or make my own version of the Let Them Good Times roll spray from Lush and like the Sol de Janeiro macadamia salted caramel vibe. And for a perfume, I didn't do too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
I love it.
One thing I will say though, perfumes, because I'm a body spray girly pop, right? I don't really have any perfumes. Perfumes are strong, man.
Perfumes last so much longer than a body spray.
They're so strong.
I see. My issue is that everyone says that I smell good, but
You always do.
I can't smell myself.
I think because you get used to it. But
Yeah.
like, I could smell you when you walked in. Not in
Really?
a good way. No, I'm kidding.
Like and then I don't know how much to spray because now I'm like, oh, I smell like nothing. Douses myself.
You never smell too
And then
like
people in Victoria can smell me.
it's never too strong. It's always good.
Good. Okay.
You've always got a good sniff about you.
Oh, stop it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that was a fun time. Then I went and got my nails done. I have like a fucking thing on my nail and that's annoying me. Anyway, got that done. Blue, slay. And then we went to dinner. We went to the Rosemont Hall. That was, oh my God, that was so good.
It was good, yeah.
So good. Like if you're after like classic Asian dishes.
A nice mix as well.
Oh, this is where it's at.
Yeah.
It was a wee bit hot, like temperature wise in there, but I think that's just because the body count in there was astronomical.
That and the red wine. I was
Asian flush through and through.
I had Asian flush from sitting next to her.
Oh, so hot.
So
I was sweating dicks, man. I tell you what.
I was hot in the cinema. Like it didn't go away.
Yeah, it was a lot. And then we went to see Until Dawn in the cinema because we've done it twice now, a birthday tradition is going to see a horror movie on my birthday.
What did we see last year?
Evil Dead Rise or whatever.
That was a really good one.
That was so good. So good. Birthday movies always slap, actually.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
So we'll review that a little later.
Yeah.
And now, after this, we're going to go for drinks with the Pilates gang, who we haven't seen in fucking ages. Nikki and Hannah are coming.
Nice. Love it.
It's going to be great.
Hell yeah.
Slay. Some Greek food, some wine.
What more could you want? And it's cold.
Yeah.
And it's going to rain, I reckon.
Finally.
Yeah.
Some reprieve.
What a fucking vibe. What a weekend.
What a weekend.
My dudes. Well, let's jump into it.
Yeah.
Because there's shit to talk about, folks.
Okay. First off, I want to start with this because then we can...
It's your birthday, so you make the rules.
I'm the captain now. Caitlin killed the Pope.
Oh my God, I killed the Pope.
Caitlin killed the Pope.
Yeah.
For anyone that listens to our podcast religiously, pun intended, we watched Conclave for last week's episode and we reviewed that. Definitely listen if you haven't because
it's such a good movie.
It's such a great movie. Anyway, Caitlin's like, oh, I kind of want the Pope to die respectfully because I want a conclave. She manifested it.
Okay, so disclaimer, right? First of all,
manifested
I didn't know that the Pope had been sick with pneumonia.
Like double pneumonia, not even one. He got it down bad.
Yeah,
like
I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought he was just live, laugh, loving.
Nah,
didn't think he was on the brink of death. Otherwise, I probably would have chosen different words.
He was 100% on his last legs.
So bad timing for what I said. Right, Monday. I'm sitting in my bed editing clips for the pod. I get a news alert from the advertiser.
Ding dong.
Pope Francis dead, and I actually levitated out of my own body.
Yeah, fair.
I was like, if the Catholics find out, I am gone.
Guillotine.
I am getting cancelled. It was just
your body in the catacombs.
So I have not stopped telling everyone that I've killed the Pope. Unfortunately.
It's true.
So it turns out I have manifestation powers, but only when it comes to killing famous people.
Because you did a little bit of that with Liam Payne too.
Yeah.
We were talking smack about Liam Payne and then look what happened.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and refrain from saying...
He caught wind. He caught wind of our chat.
I'm going to try and refrain and, because apparently my words are way more powerful than I thought.
Very powerful.
So yeah, Pope Francis died 88 of a stroke and heart failure, it turned out.
88 is pretty good innings though.
Although what I will say that covered my back was JD Vance caught up with the Pope 24 hours prior to him dying. So the whole world, all the focus was on the fact that people thought that JD Vance killed him.
If no one else visited him,
I
in
would
that
be in
time,
prison.
Yeah, you would.
I would
All
be-
eyes would be on you.
I
for
would be in a
sure.
Guatemalan prison.
Yeah.
Never seeing the lad
Fort
day.
Knox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a goner. So shout out to JD Vance for taking the heat off of me because I was sweating for a hot second. But yeah, he died Monday at 7:35 a.m. local time, which was 3:35 p.m. our time. Less than 24 hours after his last public appearance on Easter Sunday. So RIP, terrible news. Do you know what? In all reality,
What a way to go down, though, as the leader of the Catholic Church. To go the same weekend as Jesus.
He said, I'm going to make this about me.
Just, wow. Diva through and through.
You know, despite not being big fans of religion, the Catholic Church, and not really giving two hoots about the Pope, Pope Francis was a pretty good guy.
He's very progressive.
He was, for what you could have for a Pope, he was a great Pope, right?
Yeah.
Totally acknowledge
Pope
that.
since 2013, though. So that's 12 years.
Yeah, what a guy.
Crazy.
Right? So hats off to him. The good news, though, the silver lining in all of this, we're getting a conclave.
Happy conclave to those that celebrate. Happy conclave.
Hear, hear, folks. So what is a conclave, you might ask, and how does it work?
1, watch the fucking movie. It's $7 to rent.
It's
worth every single dollar.
We are not pulling your leg when we say it's so fucking good. Like, there's never been a better time.
Yeah.
Right? So the conclave, effectively, the Pope dies, and then...
Well, he doesn't have to die. He can retire.
Yeah, but in this instance,
Dead.
right? And then cardinals from around the world come together. They go to the Vatican City. So it takes about 2 to 3 weeks between the Pope carking it and then the conclave kicking off.
Yeah. So this year it's between May 6 and 11, and there's 135 cardinals.
Yes. Some rules. Only cardinals under 80 can vote, right? Now,
You can still run if you're over 80, though.
yes, correct. You just can't vote. The conclave will... What happens is on the first day, they get locked into this room. They get locked into like the Sistine Chapel.
They have a little sleepover.
Yeah.
And they gossip
Yeah.
about one another.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're kicking their feet, the tee-hee-heeing.
And day one, they all vote. Now, for someone to win and be the Pope, you have to get 2/3 of the majority, right?
Yeah.
So if they get 2/3 of the majority, then they put the paper in, they burn it, white smoke comes out of the chimneys. Woo! Everyone goes. If someone doesn't get 2/3 majority, they do the same process, but black smoke comes out, signaling no Pope. So on day one, they have 1 vote, and then every day after that, it's 4 votes a day until they come to a majority
Slay.
leaning towards a Pope. So I was hoping, like, one of the big reasons I was excited for a conclave was the thought of betting on it on sports bet. I'm like, let's bet on these divas. Sports bets let me down. Cannot bet on the Pope anywhere, right? Which it's probably a good thing, right? It's probably betting on, probably not the best, but nonetheless, I've tried. Can't seem to do it. So we've done some research, and there's 3 standouts that could in the running, or the favourites to become Pope. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about is a favourite to win. His name is Cardinal Pietro Parolin. He's 70. He lives in the Vatican City. And the reason he's a favourite to win is because he is the current Secretary of State for the Vatican and has been Pope Francis's second in command since 2013.
So they're besties, ride or die.
So
I'm Pope Francis. Caitlin is...
Parolin.
Yeah.
So in Conclave,
Cardinal Parolin, yeah.
the main character, besides the guy that dies, is the Secretary of State, essentially.
Yeah.
So, and very similar.
Yeah.
He was like, do I go up for Pope? Do I not? So he's widely considered a centrist candidate, able to court votes from progressives and conservatives alike. Though his perception as a career diplomat and clear papal, I love that they call him a papal.
What's that?
Well, that's like when you get made Pope, they're like, what do you want your papal name to be?
Oh, slow.
Yeah. What was I saying? And clear papal, like Pope frontrunner, may work against him. His diplomatic work has seen him an advocate for nuclear non-proliferation and environmental causes, though he has spoken against blessing same-sex couples and can be viewed as carrying forward a more moderate version of Francis's progressivism.
Boring.
So he's not like, he's got some flaws about him.
He's trying to appeal to the masses. Now, the only issue with him is that he's got no pastoral experience in a parish.
Crazy.
Or admin of an archdiocese. So he's just been riding the coattails of Pope Francis' success, really.
Yeah, he's basically like the admin chick.
So, he's the personality hire. Just absolutely no experience, but will get things done. So, I feel like a couple of cardinals will be like, you don't have any leadership experience in a gang. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Another one. This is my personal fave. So this is the one that I want to win because
I think that's
ties.
Yeah,
ties. Cardinal Louis Tagle.
Yeah.
67 and representing the Philippines.
Woo! Yeah.
So his nickname is Cheeto.
I love.
Which is a really fun time. And he has a progressive view of gays and immigrants and he's like worldwide known as like the Asian Francis. Like very similar agenda, very similar views on things. He has criticised the church in the past for its harsh words against gay people, single mothers and divorcees. But he's really big against abortion and euthanasia. So he wants everyone to die slow and painful death in hospital as God intended.
I mean, each to their own, you know.
Now, a little bit of controversy around him is that in 2015, Pope Francis removed him as the president of the Vatican's international charity organization after an external review that Tagle called for found management and morale problems in its headquarters. So that might raise some questions with the other cardinals about also his ability to govern.
Yeah.
Like if you can't run a charity, man, how are you going to run 1.2 billion people in the church?
Which is great question.
But yeah, because he is very much on Pope Francis's like modern and progressive agenda, it'll be interesting to see whether he gets a majority vote, especially with some of the older cardinals that are maybe a bit more conservative in their views.
Yes, I would love for him to win.
I think he'd be great. He went up for the 2013 Pope gig, but he kind of got shot down because he was only like 55 at the time. Yeah. And 67 is still really young. So
yes, because you're essentially Pope until you die or unless you retire, which I think is quite rare.
Yeah. So it's that would be a long papacy for him.
Long job.
Yeah.
Jesus. Then I would argue that the third top runner would be Cardinal Peter Turkson.
Yeah.
So he was a favourite in 2013. He's 76 from Ghana. So he may be favoured by liberal cardinals seeking a pontiff with both pastoral experience in a diocese and Vatican's leadership credentials. The cardinal has broadly aligned himself with the views of Francis's working on climate measures and speaking against why I use big words?
Why I type
against a Ghanaian bill imposing jail terms on those who identify as gay. So not
he's got the conservative vote for sure.
Yes. Turkson has been widely touted as a potential pope since 2013, and his election would signal the church's recognition of a growing Catholic population in Africa. So he could be the first Black or African pope, and then whereas Tagle could be the first Asian pope. Tagle, huge news. They're the big front runners, really.
There's so many that are up for that could be voted in, and they all have different views. So it'll be interesting to see whether the majority want to keep on with Pope Francis's legacy, and keep it modern and keep it progressive, or whether they want to kind of reel it back in and make it more traditional and conservative.
I feel like the current state of the world is it feels like society is kind of regressing a little bit more into a conservative
agreed
vibe, more so lately with like elections around the world, whatever. So my gut feel is it might not be a fun result. I have a feeling they might go a little bit more conservative.
Yeah, agreed.
But I really hope not. I really hope.
I hope they keep going progressive.
Yes, that would be
more
nice.
inclusive.
It would give me hope for society, that's for sure. Because if the church can do it, then anyone can do it. So that's the conclave, dude.
We'll keep you posted. We'll give updates when we get them.
It's the least we can do.
Truly.
After I killed the Pope.
Exactly.
So,
we have to stay on to it. Next up, UK Celebrity Big Brother.
Dude.
And Jojo Siwa.
So over the weekend, Celebrity UK Big Brother wrapped up.
Yep.
And I've been watching it a little bit, and basically, so Jojo Siwa went into the Celebrity UK Big Brother house with a bunch of other people, and at first there was a lot of news around them because there was another housemate, Mickey Rourke, who, I don't know, what is he, like an ex-professional boxer or something? He's in like his 70s.
I think he's like American. A wrestler, and he was in the Iron Man movie, like the third one.
Right.
He's been in movies.
So
he's been in movies since he was like a child.
Yeah. And never heard of the guy before, but it was all over TikTok because there was clips of him being hella homophobic.
He was being
Jojo.
really yucky.
Really gross.
A lot of people.
Being like, if I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore.
This man's like geriatric, by the way. Like,
yeah,
old.
Yeah. And he said like he's in the smoking area referring to cigarettes, but he says, I need a F word before gesturing to Jojo Siwa and adding, I'm not talking to you. And then
piece of fucking shit.
Chris Hughes, who was on Love Island and also is Jesse Nelson from Little Mix's ex, he was like, dude, you can't be doing that. That's super offensive. So Big Brother pulled him up on it. He got a warning. Nothing really happened. And then a few days later, he ended up getting kicked out for having aggressive and threatening behavior towards Chris Hughes in a challenge. So he ended up getting kicked out anyway. So that happened. Everything teetered down. But then Jojo Siwa stayed like number one news for the show because her and Chris Hughes really formed Actually, I want to go back. Jojo Siwa, I'm going to use they, them because I'm not 100% sure if they're
I think they're they, them.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Apologies. So Jojo Siwa and Chris Hughes built up this very close friendship that kind of really...
Very close.
Very cuddling in bed, tickling backs.
Using code to speak to one another.
Writing on their hands. A lot of forehead kisses.
Suspicious behaviour.
So when Jojo went into the house, they were very well known for dating Australian content creator Kath Ebbs. So they'd been dating since about January. I'm pretty sure Jojo has been living in Australia with Kath.
I think so.
So they went into the house. They've spoken about Kath on the show. And everyone was kind of like, hang on a second. You've got a partner on the outside.
What's going on here?
And you're getting a bit too close to home with Chris Hughes. And it was interesting because some people were like, no, they're just friends. They're just friends. Jojo's queer. It's nothing. They're just friends. But it really built up more and more and more. And it was like, we were almost gaslighting ourselves. Like, nah, there's no way. But like, there's no way two people are just friends like that.
No.
So then, like the day before the finale, Jojo was seen saying to, like, they seemed quite upset and Chris was trying to console them. And then he was like, what's going on? And Jojo was like, give me 48 hours. We'll talk about it in 48 hours. So basically after the show, like after they were out. So Kath flew from Australia to the UK for the finale, but wasn't on camera, was just backstage, like said that they weren't going to come out, whatever. And I woke up this morning and Kath has posted like a 3 billion minute TikTok.
Yes, I did watch. Well, it was deleted by the time that it got onto my For You page, but someone just like kind of reshared what they posted. Yeah. And I want to add as well that while Jojo was in the Big Brother house, it must have been like a couple of weeks, I reckon, that I saw the article, but they came out saying, I kind of don't really no longer identify as being a lesbian. I'm queer.
Yeah.
And so that kind of made everyone be like,
something is going on.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
What is...
There was a lot of theories. One theory was that maybe like Jojo being so confident in themselves and their sexuality was making Chris question whether he was bi. That was one angle.
Okay.
And then, there was this other angle of like Jojo Siwa is now like falling in love with Chris. And it was just... there was a lot going on. And a few times on like captured on camera, Jojo was seen being like, yeah, I'm super confused. All that kind of hoo-ha.
So Kath flies over to like be there while they're filming the grand finale for Big Brother. And they go to the after party. Jojo's there, Chris is there. And in the video that Kath posts on TikTok, they say that they got broken up with at the after party.
An hour.
You fly. And I feel so fucking bad for them because if we think that we've been gaslit while watching this, they would have felt that tenfold. Yeah, you know what I mean?
They'd said they were like, I saw what everyone else saw, but I was adamant. Like I believed what Jojo had said to me. Yeah, I felt super secure in the relationship. Yeah. Go there, and then within an hour of Jojo leaving the Big Brother house, they break up with me.
Like over an 8-hour flight. You're excited to see your partner. You haven't seen them in ages. You get to the after party. I don't want to be with you anymore.
With Chris in the room next door. With Chris in the room next door. And Kath didn't. Kath said everything that we all speculated, having watched them, is true. Like it's all been confirmed. They also, like, people are saying that Kath kind of hints at the fact that Chris and Jojo have like hooked up since, and it's like my jaw was on the floor. I was not surprised. I was more surprised that we were getting such transparent updates from the source this quickly.
So in the video, Kath says, I'm filming this in a complete state of shock after 2 weeks of sitting back and watching things unfold and not being able to get any clarity from the person that was involved. I was told that there are confused feelings there. Do with that what you will. And that they had realised in the house that I wasn't the person that they wanted to spend their foreseeable future with.
Crazy. That's okay. This is what I'm going to say though, right? Because I've only seen snippets that have come up on my For You page, right? I can see it from both sides. Feel horrible for Kath. That is a horrible position. Yeah, it's one thing for that to happen to you, but to see it on a worldwide stage, like everyone's watching it, I would have crashed the fuck out.
And not to be able to get clarity on the situation either. Like you're just watching what everyone else is watching.
I would have been parasailing into the fucking Big Brother house.
Yeah, literally.
Like demanding answers. Yeah. I would not have coped. On the other hand though, watching Jojo and Chris's relationship blossom,
you'd be kicking your legs in the air and tee-hee-heeing. That's a bit of a trope, isn't it?
It's honestly a romance book. It really is. And like there is no better feeling than meeting someone and like having that chemistry and instantly hitting it. And like they would have had, honestly, the best 20 days. They had the best time.
Get to hang out all the time.
Yeah. And like it was beautiful to watch. But it's just unfortunate that there was that backstory there. Yeah. And other people's feelings are going to get hurt.
I think you've got to remember as well, Jojo Siwa was only 21.
Yeah.
They're so young.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what the fuck you want at 21.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sure that they'll look back on this time and be like, yeah, okay, I didn't go about it the right way. But, I mean, if you've got a connection with someone, you've got to explore, like, but at the same time, horrible for Kath. Like, and like, what are you meant to do if you have a connection with someone in that kind of environment where you don't have access to the outside world? What the fuck are you meant to do?
Yes, and then like people have been comparing it to, do you remember Tully and Drew? Yes, in the Australian Big Brother? Yes, same thing. Yes. Very similar thing where Tully went in there with a girlfriend, met Drew, and her and Drew were, but I would say that they took it way further.
Oh yeah.
They were full hooking up.
They were being naughty.
They were being proper naughty. And I would say that their relationship was way more toxic and tumultuous than like
This is kind of wholesome.
Chris and Jojo have been nothing but really wholesome.
Yeah,
And I've
yeah.
loved it. I'm like, I've never heard of this Chris man in my life.
Oh, he's so funny.
I'm making posters of him now. Like,
no,
this guy is so sweet.
You should watch the season of Love Island that he's on. It's honestly one of the best.
Oh,
I think it's like season 3 maybe.
Listen, my heart goes out to Kath. It really does. Because again, it's a horrible thing to have to go through, but to do it in the public eye like that, and you're not just dating anyone, you're dating one of the, like, Jojo is a massive celebrity, so all eyes are not only, like, this got way more attention than if it would have been anyone else.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's a horrible thing. It's a new relationship. They've only been dating since January. Like, it would have, like I said, I would have shaved my head, parasailed into the Big Brother house and burnt that shit to the ground, right? And I walked out of there with Chris on a stake. Like, I really would not have coped. But I am a sucker for a romance love story. Like, I want... What I'll say is, if Jojo and Chris better make it worth my while and they better continue this.
Imagine they're just like, no, we're just friends.
Oh my
God.
God.
I'd be mad too.
I would be so mad.
Yeah.
You can't just give us 20 days of the most perfect rom-com and then go...
Not see it through.
That's it. Like, are you kidding me? That's not fair. You can't edge the public like that.
Yeah.
Oh, but... Yeah, how dramatic. Oh my
crazy.
God. Like I said, I thought that there was going to be a little bit of drama, but not like this.
Not next level, yeah. God bless UK Big Brother.
God bless. Alrighty, sport.
Sports.
We're in the fucking dump. Well, no, Collingwood. We've never been better, my dudes. Phenomenal game.
Bulldogs as well this week. Pulled out their ass. Crazy.
See, and this is why everyone should have 2 teams, okay?
Facts.
Collingwood played phenomenally. Nick Dacos, like, I know people say Nick Dacos is an incredible player, and like, I don't know, like, I don't know enough about football to really know, like, that's a great player. That's a great fucking player. Like, the way that he
stepped
played
up to his captain role this week for sure.
Oh my God, that man was
my captain.
everywhere, kicking the ball left, right, and center. Bobby Hill, that's my man. When he kicked it in from the pocket, see, I'm learning. Kicked it in from the pocket and then bowed to the crowd.
He knows how to celebrate a goal, hey?
That man, wow. He is just something else. Crows. I think
where to begin?
As a whole, you motherfuckers are in the sin bin this week.
Yeah.
Like, you had such a good start to the season, got everyone's hopes up, and now you're starting to look like North Melbourne. And that's really starting to piss me off. That's really embarrassing. Boyfriend League in absolute fucking tatters.
Shambles.
Darcy Fogarty out with his fucking clavicle, sternum, whatever it is, right?
Clavicle, you reckon?
Understand he's coming back, but still,
rough.
That hurts. Sam Darcy out. Riley Thilthorpe, compound fracture on his finger. I read, and I don't know if this is true, I seem to be the only person who heard this, that the bone came out of his finger. But I'm going to spread that rumour nonetheless. So, my Boyfriend League is in serious...
down in the dumps.
...damage control right now. I have taken my sister's boyfriend's advice and signed up for AFL Fantasy League so that I can put my Boyfriend League in there.
Fucking in round 8.
Okay, now, first of all, so I've tried to do it on a Sunday. You can't just add players who have already played this week.
No.
Which I understand in theory. I haven't even fucking started my team. Just let me build my team, but then don't give me any points until next week. Like, and then it auto-filled it for me, and then I'm so frustrated. Whatever. But I would like to promote one of my development bench players. So this player was on the bench because I was like, oh, you're an obvious pick. I think you're a bit overrated. Not doing it for me. I'd like to give a warm welcome to Bailey Smith.
Ew.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Because he just doesn't give a fuck.
Because that man rocks an attitude. And
wow.
I like it. I like what he's putting down. He caught my eye. He charmed me at Gather Round when he did one of these, a double bird. Okay, I said, oh, I see what you're doing. And then against Hawthorn, did one of these against Impy with the football in the head. I was like, all right. Okay.
He just doesn't give a hootenanny.
Flip gave another bird to someone. Rocked up $3,500 in fines last week. And then every time he's interviewed, he's like, yeah, should I have done that? Maybe not, but I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, love that. He knows who he is. He's true to himself.
From a young age.
And he's keeping me entertained. Do I hate his hair? Abso-fucking-lutely. If you are going to have...
Do you hate a jort? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Abso-fucking-lutely. If you are going to rock long hair as a man, use conditioner. We sat behind the players' bench at Gala.
I think they're using conditioner. I just don't think they're using shampoo.
That shit looks so knotted, dry, and frizzy. No.
Men just shouldn't have long hair.
I picture there being insects in his hair.
But then, if I saw a footy player with a blowout, fresh.
I'm not asking for a blowout.
That's confusing though.
I'm not asking for a blowout.
I don't think a man should rock a long hair.
Yeah, I agree. But if you are going to brush it pre-game,
you reckon? Frizzy though. No, then you got to style it if you're going to brush it.
Okay, it's simple. Use an anti-frizz, brush it, chuck it back. Right? Tie it back. Bun. I can't be blowing in the wind. I don't want to see hair stuck to the back of your neck.
Who's working out with their hair down?
Crazy people.
That's clinically insane.
People that don't have sensory issues. God. If I did that, I would have ripped my entire scalp off my head.
Right? I wonder what it would be like to have a normal brain and not...
Boring.
And just not be fazed by that.
It would look like Bailey Smith walking around the footy over doing these.
Yeah.
But I think that's a reflection of where Boyfriend League is at right now, where I have no choice, but that's bottom of the barrel where I'm going.
You're scraping.
Smith. Yeah. That's what I'm working with.
Watch him get injured next week now that you've promoted him.
Oh. Oh, for the love of it. It'll be my luck. It would truly be my luck. Do we want to talk about Until Dawn?
Yeah. Everyone, as per my previous email, we watched Until Dawn last night. And I kind of went into it. I hadn't watched any of the trailers. It's based on the PlayStation game of the same name. Part of some anthology series. I can't even remember the name of it.
I've even played the first one.
There's more than one. Apparently all of them are pretty good. There's one on a ship. There's one in a forest school camp thing, like a summer camp. There's one in a town, which is very similar to what this one was kind of like.
Oh.
There's heaps.
I've only played the original one.
Yeah.
Are they all called Until Dawn?
No. It's something anthology series. If you Google Until Dawn, it'll come up with
you keep talking.
Anyway, so it follows this group of teenagers, and it's a year on from one of the characters' sisters going missing in this town. And they're going back, trying to kind of retrace their steps and see if they can dig anything up. And this guy that is running this gas station says that he's seen the missing sister about a year ago. And a lot of people go missing from this town that's a little way over. So they go through this town, some weird shit happens, and they find themselves in this welcome center, which is pretty much just a really big house with all of these little knickknacks and, fun little trinkets.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of investigating because they can't find anyone in this welcome center. There's no phone service. They've got no reception on their own phones, so they're kind of just wasting time. And anyway, this murderer comes along and chaos ensues. Mm-hmm. And then this isn't really spoiling anything, but they all kind of get offed. And then they wake up and they're reliving the day again.
Yeah.
From the point of when they rock up at the welcome center.
Because it's meant to mimic, like, because the video game, it's all like choose your own adventure. Like every choice that you make heavily impacts the game, but they can't like really replicate that in the movie. So I think they were like, rather than that, we'll replicate the concept in the game where like when you die, you restart.
Like, it's not like a play-by-play of the actual game, but they do very heavily base it on the game, if that makes sense. So the principles are all there, but they kind of take creative control with where the story goes. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I did not expect this to be as gory as what it was. It was blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Body parts everywhere. Body parts not connected to other body parts. Fucking crazy. And really, I found that it was this movie should have been sponsored by Puritap.
Oh, yeah, I tell you what, you'll never look at water the same.
I am never drinking tap water ever again. I really liked it. I enjoyed it.
I loved the movie. So I really liked the game. I never finished the game, but I think I got quite a way into it. The game was terrifying.
Yeah, they're really scary.
Double cheeked up, like clenched, like there's no a fart would not slip through my cheeks when I was playing this game. Terrified. And because like literally you press the wrong thing at the wrong time.
You've really got to pay attention. So yeah, like Caitlin said, in the game, every choice, like you've got options. So you can say one thing, say another, go somewhere.
But it's timed. Like you've only got a really small
you have to really pay attention and you have to pick quick.
Yeah.
But every decision that you make changes how the game ends for you.
Like you could make one decision and then because you play different characters at different times and a decision that you make then could either kill you or it could kill someone else or it could like kill someone else down the line. And the whole point is to try and get as many of the characters out. To survive the night. I really want to play the game again. We need to play it.
Yeah, we're going to.
This movie, I was actually going into it being like, horror movies aren't always good. I've heard mixed things about this because everyone was complaining that it wasn't super closely aligned to the video game. Loved it. Yeah. I loved it. I loved the gore. Mm-hmm. It was giving like real sore. Like Quentin, it was so much blood and gore. It was like Quentin Tarantino level. Yeah. I don't get scared easily. Like I love horrors. I've watched horrors all my life. Not easily spooked. Fucking spooked. Yeah. I was scared.
Yeah. Same. Like I really enjoyed this. Like if you go into it just taking it for what it is and not basing it off the game or like anything else, it's such a fun time. Yeah. It's so camp. Like, there's some little, like, kind of funny bits, like dark humor rolled in there. The special effects are great. There's a bit of a storyline to it that's, like, enough to kind of keep me hanging on. Yeah. Like, the ending is really camp. Like, I loved it.
It was so good.
I loved it.
And then in the car on the way home, we were talking about if like we were in this movie or the video game. First of all,
I had to update my letterboxd.
Day after night 1, so night 2, try and kill me. See if I give a fuck.
I'm not trying. From the moment that I die and I realize that I respawn,
what's the point?
I'm sat waiting for that killer to come get me.
Yeah, literally. The
Sorry.
killer would come in and be like, recite your times tables. Dead. I'm gone. I'm dead. The killer would turn to you and be like, get ready on time.
Dead.
Dead.
Or answer this phone call. Dead.
Dead. Respond to your text messages. Dead. Not happening.
Do show notes more than 1 week in a row. Dead.
Dead. Read book club.
Dead.
It's so fucking funny. So good. Oh,
if you like horror, if you like video games, even if you don't like video games, if you love blood and gore, watch it. Yeah. Watch it. It's a fun time.
It was a fun movie. I really, 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 really want to see Sinners.
Yeah. I'm thinking we do that Tuesday. Yeah. I think we kind of, yeah. We should see Sinners. Yeah.
I've heard incredible things.
Yeah, like everyone.
Yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan, What's Not to Love.
I mean, they're in itself.
Cook from Skins, What's Not to Love. I want to see these vampires dancing. That's all that's coming up on my TikTok.
Oh my God, no, don't spoil anything for me.
Yeah.
But sold. I
love a vampire movie.
I'm sold. Okay, well, we need to watch Sinners. I've also been watching, just to completely fucking flip this shit on its head, on Apple TV, The Studio by Seth Rogan.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Really?
Really good. It's very bitchy. I love it. So every episode, it follows, Seth Rogan is like this studio head, like film studio head. And he like is new. He just gets appointed to the role, and it like follows him. And it's like a comedy kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it's not just like Seth Rogen pretending to be a studio head, like with these fake films and stuff. There's like real life actors and directors in the film playing themselves. It's not in the film, in the series, playing themselves. So like in one of the episodes, Martin Scorsese's in there, like pitching a film and like just being super over the top.
Yeah.
Zac Efron was in one as like like he plays himself, and he's like really high maintenance. Olivia Wilde is in the same episode, and she's like, they're taking the piss out of themselves and out of their own industry, and it's so fun to watch. Yeah, okay. It's really good. I just knocked my fucking lip gloss off. I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, mood.
It's so fun. Like they've somehow managed to humanize the film industry, and I think make people like them. Yeah. Like, because the film industry doesn't have a great rap, and this makes me go, oh my God. No, this is so fun. This is fun. Yeah. It's a really good watch. Yeah, I would highly recommend it.
Done.
I finished a book, folks.
You did.
Which is groundbreaking stuff. So I spoke briefly last week about the fact that I was reading The Great Alone by Kristin Hannah. So it's about this family from Seattle. They have no fucking money. The dad's a veteran from Vietnam, and he gets gifted this house from one of the guys that he went to Vietnam with who died. He like inherits it. So they move, it's in remote Alaska. They move out there, and they're literally, there's no electricity, no running water. You're literally living off the land, and it's a small community of people that live out there. And they essentially live off of like trading and bartering. And being Alaska, it's like winter is this terrifying thing where it's like dark for 16 hours a day. It's pretty intense, and there's like all these like bears and shit like that. And it's about this family that move out there, and it follows like the daughter Lenny, and it starts out when she's like, she moves out there when she's like 13 or something, and then she goes to the tiny school with like 3 kids out there, and she meets, there's like one other boy who is her age. I can't even fucking remember his name. Anyway, so they become friends really quickly, and then he's like the son of this guy named Tom Walker, who is like, he's the rich guy. Like his great grandparents bought, like they own the land, and like it's this whole thing, and he's rich. And then Lenny's dad is like psycho and hates Tom Walker, and it like follows them over essentially like 10-20 years. It follows like their lives or whatever, and heaps of stuff happens. There's like, it covers, it's really sad. Like there's a lot of DV and like those types of themes in there with Lenny's family. But it was such a good book. Like it was really gripping, really, really interesting. The characters were really interesting. And it's one of those ones where seemingly not a lot is happening, but you're on the edge of your seat because you're hoping for the best for these characters, and you're hoping that everything's going to work out.
For the best, but expecting the worst.
Yeah. Who is that?
Evermore.
Oh.
Forever. Is it?
Yeah, it is. I think. Why am I thinking of
this? OC.
I was thinking of the script. Before the worst, before we met.
Slow.
Yeah, you're like on the edge of your seat because you're just like hoping for the best for these characters.
It's Alaska.
Yeah, but then you know what? Things are easily romanticized to me, and I'm reading this and I'm like, I want to move to remote Alaska and live off the land. I feel
There's
like
no fucking way.
like just reconnect with nature.
No.
Like
No.
this is like
That's a call I'm not picking up on. I'm sorry.
This is coming from someone who can't change a light bulb, by the way. Like, I've got no business going out anywhere that has no running water. Like, I've seen Until Dawn, okay?
Yeah.
I need a pure tap. I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
The
a lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
I was sobbing the last portion of the book, like, just hysterically sobbing.
Yeah, don't tell me how it ends because I think I want to read it.
I think you would quite enjoy it.
I'll get around to it, maybe.
And then since then, I've started reading Open Water. It's a short book. It's only meant to be like 280 pages, but I just haven't been. I'm about 70% of the way through, and it follows this young black guy in London, and it's written in an interesting way because it's written second person.
Oh,
so it's like you are and you.
I'm the person.
Yeah, I'm the black man, and it's. I think it's because I've never read a shorter story like this before, so it like moves really quickly and whatever. But he meets this woman, and they just instantly have a connection. It's like JoJo and Chris all over, and it kind of follows their relationship. It's been about almost a year so far in what I've read, and it's like they're not together, but it's this whole thing.
Oh yeah, I've seen this book.
Yeah, but then like there's this, another storyline that's kind of underweaving that one where it's him growing like, as a black man in London, and there's a lot of crime, and then for example, like in one instance he's like walking through his neighborhood and he gets like pulled aside by the police because there's been reports of like break-ins or robberies in the area, and they've just like, being a black man, they're like, well, we need to check your bag and stuff like that. So it kind of follows the struggles and the fears of being a black person in society. So that's very interesting. It takes me, every time I sit down to read it, it takes me a minute to like really get used to the writing style, because writing in second person,
that's jarring.
Yeah, and I never know who's doing what, because like it's just like you did this and she did this and he did this, and I'm like, who? Yeah, I have no fucking idea.
You're a barn owl. Who?
But it's good. So far, I'm leaning on 3 stars.
Okay,
Yes.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Have you read anything?
No. No, I
Here,
have not.
here.
No, I have not.
It's because she's getting into day trading, guys. She's becoming a day trader.
What have I been reading? Couldn't even tell you.
Oh.
There's something on my Kindle that I am reading. What am I?
It's like it's just the page where it shows you all the different books.
Yeah. It's my library summary. What am I reading, brother? The Butcher.
Oh, that's
Jennifer
right.
Hillier. Yeah.
Good?
So far, I'm not very far in. I think I'm maybe 25%.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not in a reading mood at the in a memento.
You've been busy making fucking perfumes and shit.
Yeah, I've been busy living my life. Celebrating.
How to Giggle by Paige DeSorbo and Hannah Berner from Summer House came out.
Oh, slow.
I haven't read it or anything, but I am waiting for it to come out on Libby as an audio book, because that's what they did, the audio.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, so I want to listen to it.
Hell yeah.
I do. I'm starting to really want to read Drew Afawalo's book as well.
Oh, yeah. That's on my Kindle, but I haven't got around to it yet.
I don't love, like, they're not self-help books, but they're not like fiction books. I don't love that style of book, but I'm like, I could do it as an audiobook, I think, if they're the ones reading it.
Yeah, I think Drew reads hers.
Yeah. Well, then I could do that. I love Drew. Yeah.
Slay.
I think that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I need to get changed now.
Quick episode, folks.
Yeah, wow.
We haven't had one in a hot minute.
Plowed through.
Damn, well.
Thanks for joining us.
Go wish Danica a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Love
you all.
I think that's it, really. Go watch Conclave.
Yep.
And submit new boyfriend league options to me, because I'm rebuilding.
Yep.
Folks. Facts.
Rock and roll. Love you. Bye.
Bye.